Good morning, dear listeners. Welcome back to the No Age Ontology podcast series. And today we will continue on the topic we started in this new series. And we spoke in the last podcast about the tragedy of conditioned existence. And then we are going to see how this kind of type of existence comes about in the next few podcasts. But let's really remember today and remind ourselves on the law of cause and effect and how its principles is found in many ontological and scientific systems. So this law basically explains that every action or event has a cause, or that a cause will produce an effect. Now, we're not talking about just one cause, but we're talking about infinite causes and infinite possible effects. So the scope is quite big. So this principle is seen as one of the key foundations of the universe, because it governs everything from the movement of bodies, like celestial bodies, to the behavior of particles and the mind also. Now, this principle is spoken about in great length in some systems, ontological systems, like the Buddhist system of teachings and the Hindu system of teachings, although we find the principle in many other traditions. Now let's go back to what we were talking about in previous podcast about the experience of time. Now, the personal experience of linear time is very much closely tied to the law of cause and effect, because it suggests that time is a linear progression of moments that unfold in a particular order. From this perspective, causes come before effects and events happen in a specific sequence. However, the experience of timeless reality seems to challenge this traditional understanding of the law of cause and effect, as it suggests that all causes and effects exist simultaneously as potentialities and are not necessarily related in a linear progression, although the experience from each sentient being is possibly in a linear progression. But even this can be experienced in a different way during dreams. So in dreams there is no time as we perceive during waking state. In any case, the highest wisdom teachings argue that all laws and principles, including the law of cause and effect, although they are fundamental in understanding phenomena and the way phenomena unfold as one perception, are not absolute principles, because they interact interdependently with one another and with other subtle laws, and they shape altogether one's own self-experienced reality. So the relationship between the law of cause and effect and the experience of linear time is complex and depends on one's perception of the nature of time and reality. The traditional understanding of causality may be challenged by the knowledge of timelessness, but on the relative level it remains a fundamental principle in how each individual consciousness perceives a self-projected reality. Not only that, but the ripening of karmas or causes, sometimes it depends on certain circumstances which are infinite in number. So one doesn't really know which cause will manifest first. It's kind of it's almost like a random unfolding in a sense, because some causes might unfold before and other causes later. So events can be dramatically changed, and one doesn't really know what comes next unless one has a very deep perception of the potentiality within the timelessness of the nature of being. So this is very important to remember, because nothing is linear as we think. So good causes don't ripen necessarily directly first, or bad causes first. It all depends. A negative cause can ripen into suffering, followed by a good cause ripening into less suffering. and vice versa. So it's all very complex. In any case, in the next podcast, we will speak about the 12 links of dependent originations within conditioned existence, as explained in the Buddhist canon of teachings. So thank you very much for listening.